Good afternoon, everyone. I am Heidi Mahado, and I am going to discuss the behavioral perspective. Lesson objectives: define behavioral perspective, recognize the importance of behavioral principle, distinguish each principle and its effect. So, before I proceed to my discussion, let's have a pre-test first. Direction: fill in the missing letter to complete word. So, for you to have enough time to answer, I will send it to our group chat and continue sending your answers with your name on it. It is only 5 items. So now let's start with our discussions. The behavioral perspective. So behavioral psychology focuses on learned behaviors. It was found that in the work of psychologists such as Edward Thorndike and John B. Watson, also, behaviorism stands out from other perspectives. Why? It is because it focuses solely to unobservable behaviors rather than on emphasizing internal states. Also, it is often applied mga mental health settings kundi ng mga therapists and counselors ginagamit din nila nga techniques para i-explain yan mag-treat han mga iba-ibang mga sakit. So we have here the techniques that are rooted in behavioral principles include the exposure therapy, aversion therapy, flooding, systematic desensitization, behavior modeling. The exposure therapy. So it is a form of behavioral therapy designed to help people overcome their fears. So we all know na tanan may iba-iba ang fears. So it helps break the fear avoidance cycle by exposing you to the source of your fear in a safe environment. So exposure therapy can help treat several conditions including phobias, generalized anxiety disorder, and social anxiety disorder. So we have here the exposure therapy process, the graded exposure, systematic desensitization, and so the goal of exposure therapy is to help you overcome your fear hamang object or either activity or mga situation nga diri man nagkakause ng anxiety, and of course pwede ka mag-engage meaningfully. So there is also a specialized form of exposure therapy known as exposure and response prevention therapy or the ERP or EXRP na that can help that treat obsessive compulsive disorder or the OCD. Next is the aversion therapy. So it is a type of behavioral therapy that involves repeat pairing an unwanted behavior with discomfort instead of experiencing positive feelings. Aversion therapy adds a negative experience to the situation. So the goal is to make people less likely to engage in the problematic behavior. So we have here types of aversion therapy. The first one is the medication-based aversion therapy, sensory aversion therapy, electrical aversion therapy. So, aversion therapy can be used to treat a number of problematic behaviors, including the following. So, we have here the bad habits, the addictions, alcoholism, smoking, gambling, violence of anger issues. Next is the flooding. So, this method involves exposing you to the highest level of the ladder all at once. So therapists may use a flooding if your fear interferes with your ability to go about your daily life. Next is the systematic desensitization. So Joseph Wolpe, a pioneer of behavioral therapy, developed a technique called systematic desensitization for the treatment of anxiety-related disorders and phobias. This technique is based on the principle of classical conditioning. Also, systematic desensitization, the therapist may employ systematic desensitization methods to help you, of course, relax and get comfortable with each step of this process. So these methods can include a relaxation exercises like meditation, deep breathing, guided imagery, and of course the progressive muscle relaxation. So next, we have here the behavior modeling. So is the process is the precise demonstration of the desired behavior. According to the theory, we learn not only by doing, but by watching also what others do. Introduced by psychologist Albert Bandura in the late 1970s. So, similar to another treatment for phobias known as systematic desensitization, behavior modeling exposes a person with a phobia to the object or situation they fear. So, however, the confrontation is experienced by another person rather than by the person with the. So we have here the benefits and limitation of behavior modeling. So when used alone, behavioral modeling has been found effective para sa mga short-term learning. However, behavior modeling alone is unlikely to produce a long-term behavior change unless it is combined with role-playing and reinforcement such as reward. And also, behavior modeling, o saya nga technique na ginagamit hiya para try to mabuligan ang mga tao na may phobias and also other mental health conditions. So, kung diri man niya ma-achieve ang desired response or ang pagbabago, the people should be encouraged na mag-try hirahin ibang nga techniques or mga approaches or mga medication para mabuligan nila ma-overcome ang ira fear. So, may ibang nga behavioral modification techniques nga available gapon and some are more successful for certain people and problems. And also, we have here Bandura's learning theory suggests that there are four stages involved in behavioral modeling: the ARRM, attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. So that's all for my topic today. And now let's have a post test. So, inihiyang akon ginhimo post test ang mga answer is makikita ninyo hiyaha akon naging discussions. So, I will send this to our GC and try to answer it honestly. And that's all. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Thank you, everyone.